What is going on, everybody? It is a good day to be alive. We've got Football Sunday tomorrow, and today the release of my roster. That's TFGREAL2021, the #1 custom roster in the Madden community for a realistic franchise experience for the 5th year running. So the roster is now available up on Xbox. We'll get into PlayStation, PC, Madden 20, all that stuff in just a second, but I need to thank my patrons and my donors. This roster would not be possible without you guys. Whether you have just made a one-time donation on my PayPal or Venmo, or you are a Patreon supporter, I want you guys to know that this roster would not be possible without you guys. The only way that I'm able to set aside 2 weeks plus twice a year to make this roster, let alone update it on a weekly basis, is because of your guys' support. So thank you, and thank you in advance for continued support, guys. Please do consider a donation. This is a free service to you guys. I really hope you enjoy the roster, but do know that this does not come without a large time commitment from me for a free service. So if you do enjoy the roster and want to look at it as a DLC-sized addition to Madden that helps improve your Madden experience, I do ask that you consider a donation to those links down below. So I want to go through kind of each platform here between Madden 20 and Madden 21 on all 3 consoles, including PC, kind of where we're at right now. So like I said, we're going to start with Madden 21. It is available on Xbox as we speak. Now, after I publish this, I do need to update 53-man rosters, and I do need to create my dev trait change suggestion spreadsheet. When that is done, it will be in the description of this video as soon as possible. Should have that up within the next 24 hours. As far as PS4 goes, my team, my wonderful team, is in the process of transferring these ratings over to PlayStation. I believe they have gotten quarterbacks done, so they're working pretty quickly. I would say about 2 weeks would be the ETA on that one, give or take. But shout out to the PS4 team for that. PC, honestly, I can't recommend strongly enough to just stick with Madden 20 if you're on PC. The mods make it a better video game, and as I will mention now on PC for Madden 20, you can get the most updated roster through the Start Today mod for Madden 20. As far as getting it on Madden 21, it's just not on my radar at the moment. Probably something that will happen. And then for Madden 20, a lot of you guys are wondering about that as well, because as I said back when Fix Madden franchise was blowing up, I want to provide the outlet for you guys to not buy Madden 21 this year because it really is that bad. So I have not forgotten about that statement. I am in the process of myself and having my team update everything for Madden 20. So on Xbox, the team is updating it right now. We should have updated transactions, everything up to date for kickoff. Hopefully by kickoff of the games tomorrow, if not then by the end of the weekend. Hopefully PS4 is completely up to date, and PC, like I said, you can get the updated roster through the Start Today mod. So all of that for Madden 20 is still coming your way. And then lots of questions on draft classes usually. So now that this is done, I will begin work on my Xbox draft class. I would say ETA for all 450 players being done, I would say within 2 weeks or so. And then I do not have plans for PlayStation or PC for that. It's just too much. So just Xbox for the draft classes, and the Madden 20 classes are there but will not be getting updated throughout the season. So now that all of that information is out of the way, hopefully that answers any questions you might have. I do want to talk about what this roster is, because some of you guys are probably like, wait, what? Why is he going on talking about this roster for 5 minutes? What's so special? Well, I've done plenty of videos detailing my roster, and I'm going to kind of go over some of the highlights of this roster. So to begin with, you know how last year when EA announced a rating spread for their roster? Well, I've been doing that before it was cool. That was the original concept of my roster 5 years ago, and it's still to this day a much better spread than you're going to see from EA. I do think EA's roster has gotten incrementally better over the years, but it's still, to me, barely usable. For one, the overall ratings are just simply still too high despite them putting in a rating spread. You can see this graph. I haven't updated this for Madden 21, but it's going to look very similar for Madden 21 as it did to Madden 20. You can see the average ratings are just much lower. It's going to make depth much more important. It's going to help those superstar players really feel like superstar players. But it's going to make it so you have to account for injuries. You got to account for losing guys in free agency because you can't just dip into that free agency pool and sign a 75 plus overall player. And it really makes for that real life team building challenge that real life NFL GMs feel. So the rating spread is still very much more in effect than EA's rating spread. And then on the other side, the ratings themselves, call me biased or whatever, but they're just simply more accurate. You're not going to get an 81 overall Colin Kaepernick because the marketing team tells you that he needs to be the 16th best quarterback in the game. In years past, you're not going to get Ryan Shazier still as an 86 overall because they don't want to lower him for injury. Like, they have higher ratings for a reason. The players complain about the ratings, and beyond that, it's not just a roster designed for franchise mode. It's designed for the competitive community. It's designed for these tweets and commercials and to put up on ESPN and show off their ratings. They're not designing their ratings for a realistic franchise experience as I previously described. So that is what my roster is all about. You're going to get some intricate changes to some things as well that honestly aren't as prevalent in this year's roster. Things like my throw power overhaul where, in years past, they've had it where the worst quarterback was going to have 86 throw power. They've kind of gotten up to speed on that being stupid, and now you get guys like Tom Brady, Drew Brees having low 80s throw power. That's very much relevant in my roster. But it's just little stuff like that, the true attention to details, giving you guys the most accurate ratings possible for a franchise experience that I still to this day believe that EA Sports, believe it or not, is not providing that realistic experience. So this roster can hopefully do what it can to improve your franchise mode experience. I hope you guys enjoy the roster. I hope you consider a donation. Whatever you can provide would be outstanding. I appreciate you in advance. So enjoy the roster. Cheers, guys, and we'll see you later. Peace out.